Okay, this is ADC. We're doing a replay analysis looking at Varus ADC. This is in Silver 5. So first thing already, you are going to be late to lane. Both because you gave a really long leash, and I have no idea why you're walking to lane this way. Like, you took the longest possible route. And what that ends up meaning is you're going to miss the experience from that minion. Okay, so you just missed one, which is kind of lucky, honestly. But that means you're not going to hit level 2. You set yourself behind for the level 2 race. Which means it's gonna you just put the lane on hard mode. And since they already have a fairly difficult to deal with lane with a bully like Tarek can be, and the amount of utility that they bring together, versus somebody like Lux, who is kind of is not a good support, you know, to begin with. It's just risky. So there's not really a good reason to do that. So fortunately, she sucks, and you have a CS lead already. Lux is taking a lot of free poke. You got to be a little careful as Varus. You want to be able to poke. You know, oh, don't waste that though, dude. That thing costs too much to waste. You better make sure that that hits. Let it charge up for the full duration, and then fire it somewhere that, you know, has a high percentage chance of hitting. That thing is too expensive to waste. Be harassing him. Yep, hit him. Hit him again. Hit him again. There's no reason to stop auto-attacking him there. You're not going to take any minion aggro. Hit him until he backs off. If he's going to be dumb enough to walk up into your auto-attack range for no reason, then you better be smart enough to punish him for it. Again, you're not charging that all the way, which reduces the damage that it does. So you always want to charge it up fully, because it's going to cost 75 mana regardless, so you always want to get as much damage out of it as possible. Because you'll cost 75 mana to do the minimum damage, and it costs 75 mana to do the full damage. Okay, yeah, good. I don't know if I like that heal. Save heal for clutch moments. Because you have a Doran's Blade. As long as you're auto-attacking, you're regenning a little bit. Okay. So yeah, that would have been a good time to back, because what are you doing right now? Right? You're sitting here. Why would you just sit here on turret when you could be in fountain? Yes, you probably would miss a little bit of the CS. But you already have a 6 CS lead on her. It's not like that would give her a decisive lead or something. And you could come back to lane with a pickaxe, some potions. Oh, and now... Oh, dude, no, no, no. Why? Not now. Now you've got Diana coming and Lux here. Oh, dude. And Ashe is alone. Yikes, no! Look at the situation. Okay, so why do you choose to stay in lane when Taric and Ashe are both in lane and slow pushing? They're not even like shoving it super hard. They're not slow pushing, I guess, but they're not shoving super hard. So why are you staying in lane for that when your support isn't there? When you do have enough gold to make a meaningful purchase, you can get pickaxe and some other things, and then you choose to leave lane, and then you end up missing most of this too, because that was not a good piercing arrow. As the I think you missed all of that. Yep. Now Ashe is alone, and you have your jungler and your support coming back to lane. Like, you need to go back, but this isn't the window to go back. This is a window where you can now start to push and start to punish her. But you leave, and so then Lux is stuck under the turret doing nothing and wasting her time. You both end up sitting under the turret and just wasting your time for big chunks of time, where you both just go back to base, heal up, get mana, get items, and then you both come back together, and you're ready to go. And if Ashe makes this mistake of sticking around for that entire period of time, she's still in lane with a Doran's Blade, you're there with a pickaxe and some more potions. Oh, and you didn't buy a pickaxe. Yeah, this is a mistake. Never do this. Never do this. At least get a Vamp Scepter, dude. Just buying 2 potions is you're not using your back efficiently. Because here's what's gonna happen. Yeah, I realize you're probably saving up for BF Sword, so I understand what you're thinking. But here's what's gonna happen. Lux is gonna push this, and she's likely gonna recall. So she's gonna go back to base, and she's gonna buy a pickaxe. Or she could buy a pickaxe. If she comes back to lane with a pickaxe, and you have a Doran's Blade, suddenly she has the advantage. You will have the CS lead. You will be ahead in lane. You will be playing better than her, but she will be ahead because you opted not to make that purchase. Then by the time that you go get a BF Sword, she will have had enough gold for her to make another purchase, maybe a Vamp Scepter, and then it's your BF Sword versus her pickaxe Vamp Scepter, which is, again, it's even enough that, that no one has a decisive advantage. Whereas if you pick up a pickaxe right now, or if you'd picked it up when you should have gone back earlier, then you have had you've had an item advantage in this lane the entire time. You're able to bully Ashe. You're able to shove this lane faster. Then she has to go back and pick up a pickaxe, but because you had a CS lead, you would have had more. You would have had to been able to bring back more to the lane in terms of potions and a ward or whatever else. So don't ever waste a recall like that with just buying potions or something. It's not worth saving up for BF Sword and coming back to lane empty-handed. What? Confused by that flash. Okay. Nicely done. I don't know why I didn't ult. I think she probably could have gotten in range. There you go. I wish you'd ulted sooner, because I would have caught Ashe in it as well. Why? Okay. Hold on. Let's look at this again. Okay, so we see Vi and Diana fighting up here. Neither of you has an item advantage because... Oh, no. See, now, see, this is the situation now. Now Ashe has this pickaxe, and you're still stuck with a Doran's Blade. So she is more powerful than you are. Your flash heal is down. Yeah, because you had to use it to escape. Hers is down 2. Lux has no mana. Vi is coming in. Diana gets a good initiation. You need to step up and ult, like, right now. Like, move forward a bit and ult right now. You guys should have been in position to help her with this sooner. But you got to get out there and ult immediately so that you don't lose Ashe, because you wait so long to do it that Ashe gets away, and then you end up just walking past Taric and Vi. Okay, so now you're ulting, but it doesn't catch the target you really want to catch. And now Diana's in trouble because Vi's been hitting her really hard, and you're ignoring Vi. Like, look at what's happening right now. Vi is killing Diana for free. No one is punishing her. Lux can't do anything, she doesn't have any mana. You're walking into Taric to deal with Ashe, who is ahead of you, has has the brush advantage. Taric has CC, so you're walking into here to try to kill her. He has heals. There's like no way that's gonna happen, and you're just setting yourself up to die. Fortunately, they don't actually capitalize on that and kill you yet. But Diana dies as a result, because instead of actually hitting Vi and helping, to collapse on Diana, who was overextending, I'm walking past you guys to get her target. You're the one who overextends. Okay, and you're able to back off, and Fizz's roam was wasted. So don't tunnel on a target like that. Kill the person that's closest to you. That's just a general rule of being an ADC. You want to attack the highest priority target that's in your range. And in this case, that was absolutely Vi, because that would have gotten her off of Diana's back. And if you back off and are continuously hitting Vi, and if you're not positioned so aggressively in the first place, if you're backed off and positioned back here because you don't want to walk up this far into the melee like that, and you're attacking Vi that entire time, then Diana's probably able to turn after a second or two. And maybe you guys make mincemeat of her, but instead she's able to pick up the kill for free, you get nothing out of it. Fizz roams down and eventually kills Lux, and you can't realistically defend this well, now, yeah, because Diana came back. Now you're okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is the second time today. Oh boy. Okay, so it is 12 minutes right now, and you have 36 CS. And there is zero reason for that. You have not died. They have not been pressuring you over much. You should absolutely have at least 70 CS. Well, by now you should have more than that. By now you should have at least 80. Like, as a bare minimum, you should have at least 80. You would, if realistically, you should have more than that. You should be pushing 90 or 100 by now. There's zero reason for this. The reason that it's happened is partially because maybe you're not prioritizing enough. I'm not going to go back and look at every part of the lane where maybe you should have been prioritizing CS more. So I'll just say that you need to be prioritizing your CS. But it's your decision to not buy an item. It allows them to bully you. It removes your ability to bully them and zone them out. Fortunately, Ashe's is just as bad, but at least she has the excuse of being killed at least once. Like, you've gone back to base just the one time, and you chose to do it at a time where you ended up losing more CS than you needed to, and you came back without the items to establish a dominant position in lane, and so you were able to just get bullied again. So there's no excuse for this. This number needs to be higher. It needs to be at least double this, like, at least. So that's something that you got to work on. You got to get that number up. You get it up, get it up, get it up, get it up. That by itself, like, I don't know how indicative this is of your games. Maybe this is low. But this should just never happen, 36 CS. In a game like this, like, if they hammered you and you were getting camped by the jungle and you died a couple of times and you only had 36 CS, like, so be it. At that point, yeah, I mean, maybe there's other mistakes you've made, but it would be understandable why your CS is that low. So, your mistake wouldn't be your CSing, it would be your positioning or lack of warding or something. It would be something else that you were doing. That hasn't happened this game. So the fact that it's this low, there's no reason for it. That's just purely decision making and mechanics. So you gotta be prioritizing that, and you need to be putting the time into practicing and learning to CS more effectively. Get in some custom games, like before you start playing ranked every day. Like, get into a custom game and spend 30 minutes CSing. Go to 5 minutes 4 times and get perfect CS at 5 minutes, which is I'd have to look it up. I think it's 40 or 30 something. There's a guide on my website. If you go to the guide section, there's a CSing drills guide that has a bunch of things you can do and a bunch of the statistics about what's the perfect CS numbers at different points. So practice that. Put the time in. Discipline yourself to put the time in to practice it. Okay, moving on. Okay. So, I know he's already said this, I'll just reiterate it. You waited way too long to go back to base. Okay, good. You and Dinah pick up a kill there. She tunnels on the turret. You don't need to run from him. I don't know why you backed off. That was him making a mistake. He should not have walked that far. You probably had a kill there, honestly. I guess you already used your ult, so maybe not. There's no reason... Well, I don't know why you're backed off this far. There's no reason for you to be backed off this far.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
I'm confused as to what's happening right now. Like, yeah, you didn't want to stand and defend the turret or anything, but there wasn't any reason for you to be so backed off. Really. If you're gonna be backed off that far, then yeah, just recall. You know, go back to base and get something. Don't spend this all this time sitting in lane. Recall or go roam or do something, but don't just sit around in lane. That's a gigantic waste of time. Okay, they mess up. Since the rest of your team is doing so well, it's not super critical that you start roaming. In a game where things aren't going quite this well, then you would have wanted to have taken this turret a long time ago, so that you could have started roaming sooner. And again, that goes back to having purchased items sooner, rather than waiting so long for the BF sword. So that you would have more pushing power and more ability to take the turret down. Because yeah, this is just, you're starting to be really inefficient with your time now. Because your team needs you to start grouping and start getting vision down and start being able to roam. Because as long as the enemy team knows that you're going to be down bot lane, like, they'd be more than willing to sacrifice this turret if it meant getting a 5v3 in mid and taking 2 turrets or something while you're taking bot turret. So this needs to have gone down by now. Again, they're not doing that. Well, they're starting to here, but they could be doing it again, and in a different team that makes maybe better decisions, they start punishing you for still being bot lane. Like right now, when a fight is happening and mid was being kind of contested there was no reason for you to go back bot. The turret was not in danger. You did not need that farm so bad that it was worth risking giving up mid lane. That was just a positioning mistake. You shouldn't have come around that way. Should have come around this way. Always take this. Always err on the safer side. Nice arrow. Okay, yep, dragon's up. Good. Good read. So, buying this Varus blade, I don't know how much gold you had when you went back. Buying Varus blade as a GP10 item can be good if you are going to be spending more time in lane. and CSing a lot. I mean, you're going to be CSing regardless, but lane phase is kind of over, and you don't want an item that is just passively going to be giving you gold right now, because you're going to be starting to contest turrets and starting to defend things, and so skirmishes are going to be starting to happen. So buying an Avarice Blade now is really suboptimal because it doesn't give you any combat stats, and you're going to want to finish it into a damage item as soon as possible. So if you can buy it really early so that you're in lane phase and you're just CSing and you're not really looking to fight as much, or you're not really needing to have as much combat stats if you're just looking to farm, then it can be okay. But buying it right now is kind of suboptimal because you need damage, you need combat stats right now, because that's what's happening. People are roaming around the map, turrets are being contested, you need to be able to add as much firepower to that as possible. So you end up buying what? I think you finish your boots and buy Avarice Blade. Yeah. Finish your boots and buy Vamp Scepter. That will give you more staying power in fights. It will give you a little bit of extra damage. Finishing boots right now is good because you do want to be able to move around the map faster. But the Avarice Blade is kind of suboptimal, because you just kind of gimp yourself for this entire time that you're out here doing this. Okay, good. Okay, so that's a mistake. There's no reason to dive that. Look at the situation. That's getting greedy for a kill and not actually keeping your eye on what will win you the game. Okay, so Malphite's ult is down. He's low on mana. Can he do anything to prevent you from taking this turret? Can he do anything at all to prevent you from taking this turret? Nothing. He has zero to bring to the table. He is done. He's either going to sit here and just waste his time, or he has to recall. So there's nothing he can do. This is your objective. This is your objective. This. Not this. This. This will win you the game. This will not win you the game. This. The only reason that you would kill Malphite is so that you can kill this turret. The only reason you're looking for kills right now is to start pressuring down objectives. You already accomplished that. Malphite can't stop you from taking the turret, so take the turret. Don't waste your time. Take the turret. At this point, his teammates are down for another several seconds. If you're able to burn this turret down fast enough, then you still have time to go get vision up in their jungle, or go steal their blue buff, or go roam top lane and get that lane pushed the other way so they can't just split push you out of bot or top that turret. Or Lux hopefully is going to pick up this wave. You end up diving and then you get super low, and then instead of being able to help your team take the turret that much more quickly, you have to go back to base, and then even if they pick up the turret, you're not able to go roam and do those things to get vision up, or to take the blue buff, or to push top lane out. So that's you're focusing on the wrong things. You're tunneling on getting a kill when this is your objective. And you put yourself in melee range of Malphite too, which is another mistake. Okay, so fortunately your team is able to pick up the turret anyway. But yeah, you have to go to base now. And this is a situation where you could have easily gotten that turret and still been at full health and been able to continue pressuring them. But since you have to go back, and they know you have to go back because you were so low, they can count on you not being available to help them out. And since they know Lux was over here, since she just cleared this wave out, they know that it's at worst a 4v3 or a 5v3. 4v3 since Malphite finally died. So they know at worst it's a 4v3 over here. So they can come into their jungle without much fear. Yeah, so they have vision of Vhagar, they have vision of Lux, and they know you're not there. Or if you are, you're a free kill. They come in and are able to kill. They don't even have to worry about coming in and killing Diana and Nunu. So by diving Malphite, yeah, you picked up a kill, but you also got your teammates killed. That's kind of the consequence of that overall. And you give the blue buff back, and you're going to end up losing. Yeah, and now you're losing top lane for it. That's kind of the domino effect of that decision to dive. It's not 100% your fault, but you can see, I mean, if you think about it, you can see how easily that could have gone the other way. If you were full health and you were up here with Diana and Nunu, and they came into the jungle to contest you while you were there, that could have gone a very different direction. You would have still had your ult up because you wouldn't have wasted it on Malphite. You still would have gotten the turret. You guys would have roamed up here together. You probably could have very easily won that fight in here. And then you don't lose this turret. Your teammates don't die. If they fight you there, you can easily turn that, come right back mid lane, and take the inhibitor turret. And suddenly you guys are way ahead instead of just, you know, you're already way ahead, but you're maximizing that lead. So it's just it's a little decision that ends up handing some of your lead back to the enemy team. Like right now, these two numbers right here almost don't matter. Like, they're helpful. It makes things a little easier, but this does not matter in terms of who's going to win the game. These numbers are what matters. And to a lesser degree, these numbers. The fact that you have 4 turrets to their 2, that's what is winning you the game right now. That's what's giving you a lot more pressure. That's what's giving your whole team a gold advantage. Again, this number kind of greases the wheels of the pain train. But this, you could have 60 kills to 12 right now, and if they had all your turrets, you would still be losing. And I just say that to point out that these are the numbers you need to focus on. Forget these numbers. Let these numbers be incidental on your path to these. If you don't need to get a kill to take a turret, then forget the kill, take the turret. If you know for a fact that you can get the kill without sacrificing anything, then of course, then yeah, take the turret. Or take the kill and then take the turret. But in this case, you sacrificed a lot for that kill. You traded a lot for that kill. You traded a lot, you gave away a lot more than you ever were going to get back. Which makes it highly not worth. Okay, a couple of their teammates disconnect. At a really unfortunate time. I'm gonna assume that's basically game here, because they don't have time to make a comeback. Yeah. I'm guessing they were a duo and they both DC'd. Okay. Okay. Okay, so big things. You never upgraded your trinket. That is a major demerits. This needs to get upgraded. It needs to get upgraded. Your support didn't buy Sightstone. What is going on today? This is the second game in a row with low CS counts and the supports are not buying Sightstone. Oh boy, sets my teeth on edge. So, your support's not buying Sightstone. She should be buying Sightstone. It doesn't make any sense. But because she didn't, you can't control that, obviously. It becomes even more imperative that you upgrade this. No one on their team is doing it either. So if you are the only one who upgrades this trinket, you are impacting the vision game, like, disproportionately. You have an immense impact on the vision game. If you are consistently warding with that upgraded trinket and no one else is, you have an incredible impact on the vision game. Get this done. This will set you apart from most of the people that you are matched up against. This item, upgrading this 250 gold stealth ward item, will win you more games than any item that goes in these slots. I say this in a lot of my videos, but it's true. It will win you more games than any of these other items will, by themselves. Like, just in terms of slot efficiency, this is the most amazing item in the game. Get this upgraded as soon as it's humanly possible and start using it. It will win you games. You won this game anyway, obviously, but not because of your superior vision control and tactics. So get your vision game fixed, get your CSing fixed. I pointed that out already, so I won't rehash that too much again. But you need to work on that. That needs to get better. If this game is indicative at all, and given the fact that you weren't pressured at all, I feel like it kind of is. So make sure that you are having your numbers are averaging a lot better than that. Do whatever you need to do, practice in terms of practice and stuff to get those numbers up. Excuse me. And then make sure you are prioritizing objectives. Not kills, prioritize objectives. Okay, thanks for a chance to look at this game. I hope that was helpful, and best of luck.